Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely pumped you're tuning in today. Think of me as your mentor, your seasoned guide in the world of investing. Consider this your own private masterclass. Today, we are unpacking a foundational wealth blueprint. So, whether you are learning about passive income for the literal very first time, or you're just looking to sharpen up your existing strategy, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to strip away all that confusing financial jargon, pop the hood to look at the actual mechanics of wealth, and set you up with a super simple, actionable guide to take back control of your financial future. Let's get right into it. Right off the bat, there is this incredible quote from our source material today, the Cheat Code Wealth Passive Income Cheat Sheet. It says, passive income is the ultimate life cheat code. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. We aren't just talking about, making a few extra bucks on the side here. We are talking about unlocking a completely different way to experience life. When your income is totally decoupled from your time, you've essentially cracked the code. You get your time back. And honestly, that is the ultimate goal. Okay, let's quickly run through our game plan for today. 1. Active versus passive income. 2. The 3 rules of wealth. 3. Defining passivity. 4. The 7 asset classes. And 5. Modes of generation. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, active service versus passive ownership. So here is the fundamental trap that honestly most of us fall into. Our source material offers this massive pro tip. Active income comes from service, whereas passive income comes from ownership. Look, when you rely on active income, you are basically selling your labor. You're performing a service, and the exact second you stop performing, the money just stops flowing. It's an exhausting cycle, right? But passive income? That comes from ownership. You own an income-producing asset. You aren't doing the daily grind. The asset is out there doing the heavy lifting for you. It's literally the difference between being the engine yourself and just owning the machine. Moving right along to Section 2, the 3 rules of wealth. When you're out there trying to identify your very first passive asset, you need a rock-solid checklist. So you're going to run any opportunity you find through these 3 sequential rules from the cheat sheet. Rule number 1, the income must come from an asset. Not your labor, not your sweat and tears, but a distinct thing you actually own. Rule number 2, the income is recurring and sustainable. It's not just a lucky one-time windfall, it reliably repeats. And rule number 3, maintenance requires minimal time. A true wealth vehicle absolutely has to check all 3 of these boxes, because if it fails even one, well, you just bought yourself another job. That brings us perfectly to Section 3, defining true passivity. Let's clarify what minimal time actually means. The source material beautifully points out that this is really a subjective spectrum of effort. There's no magical number of minutes per week that suddenly makes something passive. The golden rule is simply this. If you can completely ignore an asset for extended periods of time and that income stream just keeps flowing without disruption, it's passive. Remember, the whole point here, the ultimate goal, is your ability to step entirely away from the asset to go live your life while the money just doesn't stop. Okay, so the next crucial piece to the puzzle is understanding sustainability. How do we actually pass the sustainable test? Put simply, if an asset is totally exhausted after each use and you have to rebuild it from scratch every single time, it is not sustainable. Think of that as selling. Once you sell a physical item, boom, it's gone. You have to go make another one. But assets that can be used repeatedly without being used up, now that is true sustainability. Think of renting. When you rent an apartment out, you get paid. And at the end of the lease, guess what? You still own the apartment to rent out again tomorrow. Renting is sustainable, selling is unsustainable. Up next, Section 4, the 7 asset classes. Think about the sheer variety in this comprehensive roadmap. Passive income isn't just, buying a rental house. It's a whole universe of options. You have tangible physical assets like real estate or vending machines. You've got digital assets like websites or software as a service. If you're the creative type, you can leverage intellectual and artistic assets. Think patents, trademarks, or even music and film rights. Or you can just put your existing capital to work in the financial realm through debt, equity, and risk assets. We're talking treasuries, bonds, stocks, land royalties, or even options and crypto staking. Your only job is to look at this massive buffet and find the specific class that best aligns with your own interests and your available capital. Which leads us to our final stop, Section 5, modes of income generation. All right, here are the 8 actual engines that drive the wealth machine. First, you can charge for temporary use, like a rental. Or you can grant access to replicable assets, which is licensing. You can leverage businesses by taking a distribution of their profits or lending them your capital for a steady yield. You could demand upfront premium payments for taking on risk, or earn a royalty when others use your property to make their own income. And finally, if you can capture people's focus, you can monetize that audience attention through advertising or earn affiliate commissions when they buy something. Every single asset class we just went over uses one or more of these exact mechanical modes to actually put cash in your pocket. Now, as any good mentor will tell you, the learning never actually stops. This explainer is really just the beginning of your blueprint. All of the incredible frameworks we've unpacked today come straight from the Cheat Code Wealth Passive Income cheat sheet. If you are hungry to keep building your understanding, and I really hope you are, I highly encourage you to head over to www.cheatcodewealth.com/passive-income. It is just an absolute goldmine of a resource for your continued wealth building education. So we've completely reframed our mindset from service to ownership. We've walked through the 3 unbreakable rules of wealth. We've defined what true sustainability looks like. And we just opened up this massive toolbox of 7 distinct asset classes and their 8 modes of generation. You literally have the blueprint in your hands now. So my friend, I'm going to leave you with one final, absolutely vital question. Which asset are you going to claim ownership of first? The cheat code to life is sitting right there waiting for you. It's time to start building.